Welcome back, trainers. So as you can see, I hatched another Riolu, and that's another reason why I'm not going to max out Lucario currently at the moment, because I do have more 10Ks, and say I do dump a bunch of rare candies into the current one, I hatch a couple, and then I have another 30 candies, and that's 30 rare candies I could have saved. So I'm going to keep hatching these until I accumulate about maybe 100 or so, and then I'm going to go ahead and max out Lucario. And do I think Lucario is in fact worth maxing out? And I say absolutely. So we're going to be taking a look at some Granbull raids. Now, it was snowing earlier today. Unfortunately, every time I found one of these raids, the snow stopped and it turned into cloudy weather within the game. So I'll keep looking, and I'll bring you a Metagross against a Granbull raid with Meteor Mash to see how well it performs in the snow. But for now, we're going to go in here and dodge all the moves for the first one, and then for the second one, we're just going to go in with a full team of Meteor Mash. Not all of them are powered up, just the 2 are maxed out in the beginning, and then the others I just leveled up at a high CP. And we're not going to dodge whatsoever in the second one, just going to run right through. Now we're over here on the Niantic support, so we can take a look at what they currently said. And then after these Metagross going up against Grandbull, we're going to see a Sharpedo raid, and then in fact you're going to actually see the in-game snow. I'm going to use one Alolan Exeggutor to take out that Sharpedo. No weather boost on my end whatsoever, or the Sharpedo. So it did take me a few tries because I did have a few shadow hits regarding the Hydro Pump, but it still worked out fine. And you're going to see when I go in there first, I'm going to Bullet Seed away, and I do not use my Solar Beam for quite some time because I'm waiting for it to get off its Hydro Pump, because more than likely, whenever I use my Solar Beam, that's when it's going to hit me with Hydro Pump. So if you're wondering why I didn't use the Solar Beam, that is why. Now let's go over this. Hi trainers, don't forget that Professor Willow needs your help to get to the bottom of the strange happenings in the lab. Be sure to talk to him before 1 p.m. PDT on November 1st, before this limited time special research goes away. Now they're talking about Spirit Tomb, so if you have not collected that special research, I would go ahead and do that, because who knows when they're going to bring it back. Is it going to be gone forever? Well, of course not. I would assume it would come back at some point in time for people to get it. Okay, so yesterday we went over all of my Pokemon, just kind of a quick overview of what I have. I didn't go over everything, otherwise the video would have been an hour to 2 hours long. Maybe I should have made it in separate parts, and that probably would have been a little bit better. I was suggested that by a friend. So we're going to take a look at my Luckies and my Shinies. Now keep in mind, I've transferred about 60 Shinies. Yes, don't get overloaded here by that, because Community Day is just overwhelming my bag. So I'm going to have to transfer some here and there. All right, and we're going to go over my Luckies. So here we are. We're going to go by CP and then by date, so you can see which ones I received first. So Mewtwo's at the top, of course, and then we have Metagross. This Mewtwo does have Ice Beam. I missed my opportunity to TM it. I, in fact, did try when that glitch happened, when the Mewtwo's left. It was for about 2 minutes or something like that, where you could use a charge TM and immediately get Shadow Ball. I was just a minute late. I used about 6, and I didn't realize it only took 1. So yeah, unfortunately for that. Then of course my Soundwave Metagross, very nice, lucky, maxed out there. And then we have Rhydon waiting for Rhyperior. I can't wait for that release as well. And then the Blissey there. And yeah, that's the gym I'm in. Okay. Another Metagross here. Let's go ahead and just go out here. Actually, let's go in here. And then we have my Staraptor, lucky. Oh, quite amazing. We're not going to go over all of these here because it's going to, once again, take forever. And then the Infernape. I got really, really lucky to get the Gen 4 starters as quick as I did. I mean, it was like immediate. The Piplup only took 3 trades. Happy about those Gengars. Those were back to back. I gave him a old school Dragonite and a old Chansey, but it was actually a Blissey. It's just I had it from way back when, so they were both old Pokemon. He didn't have that many Luckies, I do believe, and I also think this is not when it was implemented, where if you had 10 or less Luckies from 2016, then you'd get a guaranteed Lucky. We just got lucky. It was amazing. So I made a separate video for those, and that topped off my Shadow Claw Gengar team, which I am super happy about. And yes, we have Lick coming in. Doesn't matter. Shadow Claw is still going to be legacy and very strong as well. And then just some of the Vaporeons, and then the Gyarados, and then these. Okay. So we're going to go on down. Now let's go ahead and hit recent, so you can see what my oldest ones were, my first one. Now this is, I guess you can call it a legacy lucky, because check it out. You know how every lucky's supposed to have 10 IVs is the bottom that they can get. Not this one. It went way below because this was right when it was introduced and something happened. Niantic, I don't know what they did, but they didn't turn out to have great IVs. Decent HP. So I guess it's kind of a trophy, at the same time a failure. Same with this Nidoking here. Does have max attack. Everything else tanked though. Decent attack, wow. And then everything else is just floored for the IVs. And then the Skitty, a Blossom, and a lot of these were with Scarlet. Yeah, Scarlet Witch. Oh, by the way, welcome back. She is now playing again. Hopefully we can do some duos. And Kakuza as well. Man, we had like a streak that night. I don't even know what happened. So let's check it out. See, 3, 26, 26, 26, 7, 26. These are all from the same day. I would say the same hour. See, look at that. This is when they first came out that night, I do believe. So I don't know what happened. And if you're thinking, well, it was because you had less luckies, your chances of getting them were increased. That is a possibility. That sure is a possibility, but I don't know. I don't know. See, still the... All right, yeah, I mean, this is crazy. So yeah, these were all from pretty much almost when luckies were first introduced. Now they're starting to teeter off here, but yeah, so there's my lucky collection. Quite happy with it. Got the Porygon 2 ready for Gen 4. And the same with my Markrow. This is completely maxed out, ready for Honchkrow. Is Honchkrow going to actually be good? It's going to be okay. Yeah, it's not going to be horrible. We'll just have to see what moves it gets and how well it performs in Pokemon Go. And there you go. And oh man, those Gen 4s, the starters are just amazing. And also the Slackoth, I maybe might receive a community day with a quick move, possibly hidden power. We've discussed that before, so that'd be pretty nice as well. And then I have an extra Chimchar for community day whenever that's way down the line. And I should have another, yep, there's another Piplup here, which is in fact better than the Empoleon that I maxed out, but that's perfectly fine. We'll save this for community day as well. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at my Shinies, shall we? Let's go ahead and do Shiny. Now, should we go by recent, or let's just go by, let's do CP first, okay? So at the very tippy top, we have the amazing, probably one of the best looking Shinies, Metagross. I mean, should I say Metagross? Sorry about that. And then we have Zilla 2.0. This one came from Scarlet. So both of ours were pretty much maxed out. I topped this one off. I think maybe she might have gave it to me completely maxed out. But our attacks were horrible. We traded them. Hers stayed the same, I think. And mine went up to 13. So I'm pretty happy with that. Made my lucky turn nice. Or sorry, made my shiny turn nice. And then we have, of course, the Moltres shiny with Sky Attack. Oh, I can't wait to add Gengar to this shiny roster we have going on here. I did, in fact, power this up a bit. It was level 20. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it wasn't weather boosted. So, yeah, that was an investment just because it's shiny and it looks amazing. And then we have my shiny Espeon there. Once again, there you go. Another gem I'm in. Lovely. And then we have a Ho-Oh, another weather boosted one here. And another weather. I don't know. I was getting lucky with the weather boosted Ho-Ohs. All right, then we have Charizard. Max this out, of course, because shiny Charizard looks so cool, doesn't it? And it is going to be your best fire offensive Pokemon for Pokemon Go currently, but not including legendaries. So it's probably going to get overrun by something else very soon. We'll talk about that in another video. And then, of course, Starscream, which I've had for quite some time. I personally made that one myself. And then, yeah, Dragonites. Yeah, maxed out Venusaur. All right, so there you go. Let's just go ahead and look at it through this way here. And I really want to max this Kyogre out, honestly. But like I discussed in my last video, I don't want to make the mistake of powering up multiple legendaries for them just to receive a exclusive move. And you cannot TM it, right? So we're just going to hold off on that. There's not a demand for that. If anything, what I really need to power up right now is Rayquaza, because that I'm trying to do the duo, all right? And it's almost going to rely on those. You can have a couple Rayquazas because that I'm trying to do the duo, all right? And it's almost going to rely on those. You can have a couple Rayquazas and then Dragonites. It's going to be cutting it close, really. But you will have to wait and try. Since Scarlet's back, maybe I can ask and we can do a duo. If you're watching, let's try. All right, and let's see what else. Look at that. That looks quite nice. Just all different Pokemon here. The Cloyster, the Meganium, Blastoise, Zapdos, Flareon. Doesn't look much different than its shiny, but same with Zapdos. Ampharos is quite opposite from what it is. But yeah, there you go. They're my shinies. Quite a few of them. I didn't count them up, but like I said, I've transferred so many, so that's why I don't really want to keep track of the number anymore, because it's not an accurate number of how many shinies I've actually found. So, yep. I was really kind of upset for this one here, because I wanted the IVs to actually be good, so that sucks. Maybe somebody else who's got one of these, we can do a trade and make them become luckies, because if the IVs are horrible like that, might as well just get worse and roll the dice and try to get lucky with the shiny. Right? That's the way I think here. And same with this Bayonet. The CP is just so low. So low. And ever since the event started, guys, I haven't found one shiny. Isn't that crazy? Not one shiny. And literally everything you tap on can be a possible shiny. And nothing. So keep on looking. I'll keep looking. If I can pick one of them out of the whole event that I want the most, that's going to be Markrow. I actually traded for one, so I still want to find one of those in the wild personally myself. Poochyena, my friend caught one here at my house right on the spawn that I usually catch mine. It's the shiny spawn. It's the shiny spawn, except for me lately. And speaking of the shiny Marco, there it is. Came from Ellie. All right. Kind of low CP. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, if it had good IVs, I'd probably power it up. Actually, I would power it up. But it doesn't, so we're just going to hold off on that. I'll definitely evolve it into Markrow, though. Got a couple up discs. Did I catch those back to back? We have 213 and then 2, okay, 3 days apart. All right, and then the Metacham. I had pretty nice luck during that fighting event. And then the 10 CP joke shiny Magikarp. Why? Why 10 CP? It's funny. Right before I caught this one, I hatched a 100 Squirtle. If you guys remember that video, that was pretty cool. And then the 10 CP Beldums, which I'm very tempted to transfer the 50, the 95, the 107, the 10, or the 133, because they're just taking up space. I'll keep the 10 because that's funny, you know, to have such a low one. But see, here, I'm going to do it right now. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I know that may hurt some of you, but they just take up the space in the bag. You know? What am I going to do with 107? Give it to somebody who doesn't? The cost is quite high, you know, and yeah. Anyways, so there is my, oh, wow. Okay. There you go. Let's take a look. It is snowing yet again. I need to turn off those notifications because sometimes they get in the way. There we go. Snowing once again, of course. And now I'm recording. There's Grandbulls out there to be taken out with my Metagross with Meteor match. But no, of course not. And as soon as I go out, it's going to change right back.